What does it take to be successful? Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be rich. But not everybody achieves success. That's why success is often looked at very positively in today's society, because it's so hard to achieve. Let me tell you a story. I work construction. I work in the refineries. So what we do there, we install pipe systems. We install, manufacture, and test and commission these lines that go into refineries. Everything that has to do with distilling, refining oils and chemicals. So that's my line of work. So on top of that, I have my daily self-improvement habits, like meditating, reading every day, going to the gym, and all of that good stuff. And it takes discipline. It takes discipline to wake up every morning at 3 a.m. With being all sleep deprived from the night before. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of consistency. So one day I woke up late. I did not go to the gym that morning. I snoozed. I took an L that morning. I snoozed. I didn't do my morning routine. I usually wake up, I meditate, I read in the mornings, I stretch, right? I make my bed. All those little habits I missed that morning. I didn't make my bed. I didn't stretch. I did not meditate. I didn't even read in the morning. I went to work. I ate. I usually fast every morning. I try to fast every morning due to the reason that fasting should be required, and I can make a different video on that. Fasting should be required for every single man out there. It should be required if you're trying to be successful. I ate a breakfast taco that morning, and that morning I broke my finger. I got my finger caught in the jam between two pipes. And let me rephrase that. I didn't break it. I actually fractured my bone. It was a fractured bone, but everything came out. All the blood and meat was torn out. I broke my nail plate, and I fractured my bone. I had to get stitches. Stitch my finger back up. And I started realizing what led to that. My bad habits. The L I took in the morning, I wasn't fully focused. I ate a taco in the morning. When you fast, you're often in survival mode. Just like from our primal times, we would not get dopamine until we killed the lion. We would not feast until we worked and we killed the lion or we killed the zebra. And that was our achievement. We would be paid with food. But now, since it's so easy, we live in a world where you could get anything you want from your fingertips and quick. We often, that's why the majority of the people are overweight. Majority of people are broke. Majority of people are one paycheck away from filing for bankruptcy. And I wasn't fully focused, and due to the fact I fractured my finger, fractured my bone, had to get stitches. It took me a whole month to recover. I stopped going to the gym due to the fact that the pain in my finger was terrible. I had to take meds. I stopped going to the gym. I couldn't put too much pressure in my left hand due to the reason that my finger would bolt with pressure. If I was to run, it would pressure my veins. The doctor told me I couldn't pressure up make my heart beat too fast due to the stitches were holding in all the blood, all the meat from coming out again. And too much when your heartbeat is beating super fast, it creates pressure in those veins. Part of it was cope, part of it was due to pain. It took me a month to recover. It took me a month and a half to get back in the grind. It took me a month and a half to get back into my consistent habits, my self-improvement habits, my daily good habits. And all it took was one day of not doing my good, healthy habits. It took me one day of slack. And it set me back a month and a half from my goals. That's why I make this video, to share my experiences with every single individual that's out there that's trying to get into self-improvement and improving themselves and my experience and how I got back into it. I started feeling terrible. I felt like I wasn't progressing in life. I was just getting paycheck and paycheck, and it's not enough. As a individual, a young individual, I believe your ambition should be through the roof. You want to make and break and do all these sorts of stuff, but it all comes back to discipline, back to being consistent with your discipline. Once I broke my finger, I wanted to take time to get back to my full potential. I could have got back in the gym, if I'm being honest with myself, the third week. After the third week, once it healed up a little bit. But I was coping. And it took me time to get back into that discipline. It took me time to get back in that constant discipline. And it's hard. It's hard. It's going to be hard. That's the reason why success, not a lot of people reach success, and that's why it's so well respected, due to the reason that it's hard to achieve. Anything that is hard to achieve is often looked high upon our society. That's why that hobo in the corner is often neglected from society, due to the fact that he took the easy route. When you take out the easy route, you will be neglected in society. You have by all means, God gave us free will, and if you want to live a normal life, by all means, take the easy route in. At the end of the day, you will pay for the consequences. Where you take the hard route at first, you might suffer at first. Every day when I wake up at 3 in the morning, I suffer. My body is suffering. I do not want to wake up on these ungodly hours. Who wakes up at 3 in the morning? I go to the gym. The gym's empty. 2-3 souls in there. It's ungodly hours, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of discipline. You can wake up one day that you're motivated, but being disciplined and consistent with it, that's where it's hard. This morning, the past 2-3 days, I did not feel like waking up to go to the gym, to go and suffer, voluntarily suffer your muscles, strain them, push them to the limit. But at the end of the day, you feel like a better man. Y'all remember, to become a better man, I gotta remain consistent on y'all's discipline. And like always, stay on the grind.